So I thought it might be time to start up this series again. Freshly laundered thoughts. Because, why not? It's hilarious. And mostly because I went to the Grand Canyon today for the first time in my life. And it's 1:30 in the morning. So I had kind of a crazy day. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was glorious, even. And, yeah. So here's an interesting thing about my life. When I was younger, because of just reasons, I used to value time alone as an escape, as a safe haven. It was a refuge and even a rescue, for me when I was little. And now I value alone time as freedom, liberation, time to be and think and whatever else. So I've noticed, especially with this job this summer, there's ample time to just be alone, which is different from ample time to be lonely. Today, I was alone, but I wasn't lonesome, which is nice. So I'm just walking around on the South Rim Trail that goes around the perimeter of the Grand Canyon, agog, trying to not fall into the cavernous abyss as I skirt ever closer to the edge of the jagged cliff rocks to get that oh so perfect image. And I got some good ones too, y'all. I just was in awe. I was absolutely amazed, and it was like God and the universe coming together in this middle ground, blasting into Earth at this exact spot. And then everything that I saw was what was left over from that intergalactic space-time travel theological continuum wormhole meeting thing. Yes. And it was nice, It was nice to be alone and to wander around, and that was so good and wonderful. But I was also just thinking toward the end of the day how nice it would be to do something like that with someone. I have only gotten to take a road trip to somewhere spectacular and exciting. Spoiler alert, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando, Florida. Once with a significant other. And I feel like the Grand Canyon is something that would be spectacular to do with someone that you were, romantically involved with, your partner, as it were. Even just your best friend, that's fine. Or your mom. God, I would have loved to have had my family there with me. My stepdad would have absolutely loved the Grand Canyon today. He sent me a message actually asking me about it and said that he's never been. It's something he's always wanted to do and he's never had an opportunity to do it. So we'll have to figure that out. Get him there at some point. Because I'm going to need to go back. Obviously, I only spent one day and there's so much to do. God. Rafting. You can go rafting. Anyway, point of the story. I watched the sunset, which was absolutely divine and spectacular. And there are no artificial lights on the trail on the rim of the Grand Canyon, so if you stay to watch the entire setting of the sun, you will be walking the however many miles away from your car you are back in the dark, which is what I did. So I wandered back 2 miles along the trail in almost complete darkness. So I was very careful to make sure I didn't fall into the cavernous abyss again with the jagged rocks. We're sensing a theme here. As I was walking back, though, in the dimming light from the sun, there was this couple standing on the side of the trail, and I had my earphones in from my iPod and was just jamming to Mumford & Sons or whatever was in my ears at that moment. I made a Canyon playlist, obviously. As I'm passing them, it's this young couple, and they are just completely wrapped up together in one another. Their faces are hidden in like the nook, you know, the nook, the like neck nook of each other. And it looked as if either something truly, truly incredible had just happened, such as a marriage proposal and acceptance, or something incredibly devastating had just happened. It's one of the two. There is no middle ground. There was some seriously intense emotion coming off of these people in waves. And I just kind of watched them as I walked by, and they were just so still together, completely wrapped up, ignoring the rest of the world. The light was fading, and they were just still together. And I just thought that that was beautiful. As I get older, because I'm rapidly approaching ancient, I value that more. I value stillness, and I value togetherness and connectedness with other people who are wonderful and beautiful and incredible. And I find myself longing ever more for that kind of partner for me, with whom I can be still, and with whom I can adventure and jaunt out into the wilderness and avoid death by cavernous abyss. It was one of those strange feelings where all together, all at once, I was glad to be alone and glad to be just myself and to be free, and at the same time very, very aware of how much I would have liked to share today with someone. So there you go. That's all. Bye! Oh, well, now this just will not do. Más mejor.